Hello, guys, girls, and Caitlins. Welcome into episode, was it 17 now, of Brutally Honest Sports Talk?
Episode 17.
Or 15 for us.
We can call it 15 again.
Yeah, our third episode, 15. It's me and Cooper here today. I'm Tanner.
I'm Cooper.
Brady is who knows where, and Gabe being chased by a hurricane down at Disney World, the happiest place on earth. Please endorse us.
Happy when you're running from a hurricane.
Well, I mean, debatable. As long as you'd see like a flying Mickey in the air, that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, at least when you're at like Disneyland, you get like a foot massage every once in a while.
That's true. In all seriousness, though, next week we need to have a conversation with Gabe, totally messing with him, that we should include esports on our podcast.
Yeah, and Gabe may or may not join us later on the show.
You're right. We're gonna have a segment where we're gonna prank call him because he's on a charter bus right now heading home, and we're gonna ask him a few questions about how he feels about things going on around the around all the leagues. That is.
Toshiba, my favorite thing. Very unprofessional podcast today.
Yeah, it's just us two. We had some dogs.
This may be our second time recording the intro.
Some dogs may or may not have barked, and a lawnmower may or may not have gone off, and
a lot of other things.
A guy may or may not have came to my door, but that's not important
right now. We may have
right
assumed
now.
it was Brady, which we should have assumed someone.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
anyway, let's move on. Let's hop right in.
Right. What we have going on today?
Texas State Fair is starting up.
Right. So we're gonna jump right into what everyone thinks about when you think of Texas State Fair, the NFL.
Well, the football. You think of football when you think of Texas.
I think of OU, Texas, but NFL, same thing.
Choo choo. We'll get to that later. Anyway, is Matt Ryan on the cusp of being elite?
Well,
he's been he was good. What was it? 2012. He was really good. Then they fell off.
Well, our first time around doing this, we both agreed that Matt Ryan was certainly...
But we're definitely going to try to extend it to a longer conversation.
Right. So even in his down year, Matt Ryan, this is last season, he threw for 4,591 yards, 21 touchdowns to 16 picks. It's
not that bad.
The touchdown to interception ratio is not good, but 4,500 yards is no small thing.
I mean, if he played for the Broncos, he would have led them 16-0.
Yeah, he would have. You're right, Cooper, when you're saying the big year was 2012. 4,719 yards, 32 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. He's thrown for 4,000 yards every season since 2011. Not yet this year, but he is at 1,500, which, I mean, through 4 games, well done.
Serious question. Who won the MVP in 2012?
Wasn't that Peyton Manning's year? No. Wow, I was way off. So anyway, like I was saying...
It might be Matt Ryan who won it. Oh, AP, of course. That's what.
That was really stupid of us to think Matt Ryan won it over Adrian Peterson in 2012.
Well, I just forgot about AP. I mean, he's kind of dead now, but...
Not exactly.
He's not dead, but he's not active, which basically means he's dead.
He's not dead, but he's gone.
He's on the IR, which basically means your career's almost over.
Back to Matt Ryan.
I think this will be his career year. He's obviously the MVP.
He's playing at a whole other caliber right now. Caliber that I haven't seen Matt Ryan play at because I didn't watch Ryan in 2012.
He's been playing the best football of any quarterback in the NFL so far.
Most explosive for sure.
Yeah. Luckily, he doesn't have to play the Vikings defense, I don't believe, so he'll be safe for his stat line.
He won't be ruined by some secondary.
11
touchdowns, 2 picks so far. I'll take that any day of the week. He had a 500-yard passing game last week.
That was crazy, and
I watched the highlights from every catch from Julio. Those two are amazing together.
Just imagine if they were really this good when Tony Gonzalez was in his last year.
I'll tell you what, man. This reminds me of Johnny Manziel and Mike Evans, man, back in college.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a joke there, but I lost it.
I mean, Mike Evans is doing some stuff. I mean, he has weather delay in every game at home so far this season.
And a hurricane, coming right at him. No, Tampa's on the Gulf side regardless.
Things are getting bad in Florida. Like every team in
every team in Florida. Let's see, the Rays are out of the playoffs. The Dolphins suck. The Buccaneers are no bueno. The Marlins didn't make the playoffs.
Well, I think for football alone, they're combined 3-12.
Are you including college?
No, just
okay. I was gonna say because Florida State and Miami are doing pretty well.
No,
well, not
it's
Florida
Miami
State.
and Florida.
Yeah,
but so what is it? They got Jacksonville has 1 win.
I forgot they're in Florida.
Tampa Bay has
in
1
Florida.
win. Dolphins have 1 win, 3-12.
Beautiful. almost as good
Football
as
city.
Cleveland sports.
Well, at least Ohio has a team that has a win. We'll get to that later. Anyway, so speaking of Matt Ryan, that 300-yard game from Julio and 500-yard game from Matt Ryan, let's talk about, are the Panthers going to be able to come back and win this thing?
I don't know. As of right now, I want to say the Falcons are going to win that division, but every year it seems like they don't fail to disappoint. Anywhere from week 8 to week 12, they just start to crap out.
Yeah, but...
And I want to say I don't see it getting any different, but it could. It certainly could. For any team that can turn south, and let's face it, Cam Newton is a damn good quarterback.
The thing is with the Panthers are, they lost to 2 of the 3 best defenses. Their only wins against the 49ers, which is not a surprise.
And the Niners kind of suck.
Yeah, the Niners somehow have a win over the first place team in that division. But then again, it's the Rams that somehow slid by with the weak schedule.
Yeah.
So we'll get... So while we're there, speaking of the Rams, can they win the NFC West?
No.
I think since Seattle has kept up...
Seattle's keeping up and Russell Wilson's only getting healthier.
Yes.
I mean, Russell Wilson injured last week, still put up 34 fantasy points.
Russell
I'm not
Wilson's
sure.
looking pretty good.
Yeah, or 26. I think he put 26 fantasy points for me. Regardless, Russell Wilson went off on a sprained knee. You could have sprained that man's other knee, and he'd still be just as good.
The thing is with the Rams, they haven't beaten any good team. They beat a struggling Seahawks team. They barely slid by. They weren't playing well on offense, and they beat the Cardinals, who are also struggling. They're playing a bunch of...
The Cardinals have been a weird team this year. On a completely unrelated note.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what's
he
wrong
threw,
with them.
Russell Wilson threw for 309 yards, 3 touchdowns last week. So there's
is
the official stat line up, not the fantasy stat
whole
line.
division it's looking like back in the day.
Back when they were all trash, besides the 49ers.
Well, the 49ers were trash for a while.
Well, yeah, they were. But I'm talking about the days
Joe
when...
Montana?
No, not way back. When the 49ers-Seahawks rivalry was, like, actually a thing.
Oh, that's when the Seahawks and both.
Yeah, when the Seahawks were very good as well.
Thing is with the
pretty
Seahawks,
much the same exact teams, minus Michael Crabtree and Kaepernick's still there.
Well, he's just not starting, which he probably should.
That's for a different day. For a different day.
The thing is, Russell Wilson is just going to get better. The Rams, they always steal a win.
Christine Michaels also looked really good.
Yeah,
when he wasn't hurt. But
see, the thing is with the Rams is they always seem to steal. They're always the team to steal one against every divisional.
They always do it, and it kind of pisses me off because Jeff Fisher's an idiot, but he gets credit for good things, even though it's really not Jeff Fisher. He's not out coaching Pete Carroll.
The thing is, he's voluntarily starting Case Keenum at quarterback. Case Keenum hasn't looked bad this year, but it's Case Keenum.
With your number 1 overall pick, what are you doing?
You're sitting him when.
Why would you sit him? Why?
Look at all the other young quarterbacks in the league. They're looking pretty good. Are you
Carson Wentz looks amazing.
Are you that
Dak Prescott looks really good.
Are you that incompetent of a NFL coach or a team that you're not confident in your coaching staff to prepare him?
Jared Goff could be a very good quarterback in the NFL. I don't think he will personally, but he could be, certainly.
But now
certainly could
the thing is, now that they waited this long, there's not going to be a single step of them bringing him and not being prepared to win.
They're as good as screwed.
Pretty much. Anyway, the thing is with them, it's a struggle because like the Rams, they could be a good team. They could be a really good team if they had an offense, a wide receiver, a good coach. Look at their defense. They have Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald is a beast.
Aaron Donald's played MVP, defensive MVP caliber. It's odd, to say the least. Well, he's definitely a very good defensive lineman, but when you're surrounded by crap,
well,
how
there's
can
a lot
you
of
succeed?
good talent on that defense. They've spent a lot of money and a lot of stuff on that defense, and they're just not. Their offense just can't win them the games. Like through the years, like the last couple of years, when they've gone 7-9 and stuff like that, they've been relying on their special teams and their defense. And last year, they decided to trade for Nick Foles when obviously Sam Bradford
got rid of him immediately.
Yeah, you don't. you made the wrong decision there. Sam Bradford, he's just been injured. They haven't seen what he can actually do when he's healthy. You don't call a player a bust until you see what he can do on the field.
Yeah, he surprisingly wasn't a bad player in Philadelphia, and he's really showing himself in
no,
Minnesota.
The problem with him in Philly is he didn't have a receiver that can catch. When you put him around receivers like Stephon Diggs, he can perform, and he's performed so far what he's been asked to do, and that's...
I mean, Jordan Matthews certainly wasn't bad last season for Sam Bradford, but he wasn't it.
No,
And not to mention he had 0 offensive line. He had no help. There was... the run game was non-existent.
Other than last week's game, the Vikings' run game has been pretty non-existent.
Yeah, well... Yeah, that's because
Jerry
Adrian
McKinnon.
Peterson sucked. The thing about Adrian Peterson, though, is even when he has down games, you still have to game plan for him.
No, but Jerry
He's
McKinnon's
not like,
bad.
let's just use a Carlos Hyde last year. Carlos Hyde was terrible. No one game planned for Carlos Hyde because you didn't need to. But the minute teams stopped game planning for Adrian Peterson, you know he would just exploit them to the fullest extent of his ability.
That offensive line for the Vikings is just not a good run blocking team. The thing that the Vikings will do to beat every team that they play is they'll cause the turnovers and they'll score off them. Against the Titans in Week 1, they won their game without scoring a single offensive touchdown. And the thing is with them, it's just kind of... The Vikings probably will be the number one seed in the NFL at the end of the season. They're or the NFC. They're hands down the best team. There's not a team in the NFC that's looked as good as the Vikings so far. The Falcons have looked good, but they haven't played.
I think to prove that they're the best team in the NFC, the Vikings need to step it up on offense. Besides, the most they've scored was, I believe it was 26 points. I'm not sure. I can double check that. I checked earlier today. But they really haven't been a prolific offense so far this season.
No, they're doing what they need to win.
Now, their defense is absolutely dominating.
It's very... their defense, Harrison Smith is really good. Everson Griffin, he's playing really good. The weak part of the defense is...
Who was the corner that was covering Odell on Monday?
Xavier Rhodes.
Rhodes was playing.
Rhodes is good. Rhodes has always been good. Like, that team's always been...
All right, correction. It was 25 points against the Tennessee Titans.
And they didn't score a single offensive touchdown in that game to get those points.
Did they really?
Sean Hill was starting. They got, like,
Oh,
2
right.
pick
That
sixes.
was the not Sam Bradford. Yeah.
Because, Marcus Mariota, he's not very good anymore.
Yeah, all of a sudden. Well, he also was missing his favorite target last season. Or, well, from last season.
Well, yeah, but Delaney Walker was also one of his favorite targets.
Yeah, but you can't survive with one target.
And
You have to have at least 2.
the Titans have the run game.
Yeah, certainly.
Successful
DeMarco
offense,
Murray's
just-
been playing very well.
Mariota's not that good right now. Maybe he'll get better, but this just looks like another Jake Locker situation.
Oh, boy.
Minus injuries and less promise, because...
I'd say Mariota had more promise coming in.
Say as you will, Jake Locker looked pretty good when he was healthy. He just couldn't stay healthy.
He couldn't stay healthy and he had a crap team around him.
Yeah.
This started with, can the Panthers get back on track? I just like to point that out.
No, we just went on a tangent because obviously we're not very far into the podcast and we've gone through a couple topics.
That's true.
So, well, if we want to, let's get back on track. We've talked about a lot of teams. We talked about the Vikings, who they're doing similar to things that the Super Bowl champions have done. And the Super Bowl champions this year are looking very good on offense. They're looking a lot better than they did last year. Run game still needs some work. Wouldn't be surprised if Justin Forsett gets there. But what does this Trevor Siemian injury mean for the Broncos?
It means Paxton Lynch is going to get his chance.
The thing is, as bad as it sounds, it's probably the best for the Broncos that Siemian got hurt. It's not a long injury.
Simeon played really well.
No, but they drafted Paxton Lynch in the first round.
That's true.
They now have.
But
if they trade away,
he
Siemian,
wasn't
they can say
drafted
he
to
didn't stay
become.
healthy.
He wasn't drafted to become their guy. If he was their guy, they would have started him.
No, because Gary Kubiak wanted to start the best quarterback, and that's what he's done so far.
He's thought Trevor Siemian is the best quarterback.
And
Yeah,
it's looked like
now,
it.
I certainly think that Paxton Lynch can prove him wrong.
I think
also think he
Siemian-
can prove him right.
I just don't think Paxton Lynch was ready. I don't think Paxton Lynch was really in the conversation to start.
I think Lynch can perform. I think he's going to as well because no team has footage on him. No team knows what to expect.
No, he's gonna have he's
hell,
a sleeper.
Kubiak doesn't even know what to expect.
He's a sleeper in fantasy. He's gonna be really good.
I don't really usually trust rookie quarterbacks in fantasy. Never have, never will. But I mean, I can certainly put my money on a game with Paxton Lynch, but not.
The thing is, so you got Paxton Lynch will be very good. He'll probably his rushing. I would expect him to have a lot more rushing touchdowns in this first game. Like, that bootleg with Gary Kubiak is going to work very well with Paxton Lynch. A lot better than what they... Like, I really didn't watch Simeon play too much, but I know he was playing out of his mind. The thing is, now that the Broncos... There's been enough game tape on Simeon where they could trade him away if they don't want him anymore. Like, just being honest. Like, they can probably get a first-round pick out of a team for how Simeon's played. So far.
Not a first round.
Because Simeon's going to come back.
Not a first round.
Probably a second.
After, if he maintains a season of success like this, he can certainly get
As
that
soon
with
as he gets
a
his
team
first
that
playoff
needs it,
win.
like Cleveland.
No, Cleveland. I think
Cleveland needs a quarterback. They don't need Cody Kessler.
Kessler played pretty well last week. I'll give it to him.
Kessler looked okay, but he still is Cody Kessler.
Yeah.
Kevin
Hogan's
I'd say
still there.
I'd say the Jets could use him.
The thing, speaking of the Jets, well, let's not.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, but so I think at this rate, Paxton Lynch or Simeon is either gone. I don't think they'll trade away Lynch.
They won't get rid of Lynch.
He's the first round pick.
And they won't get rid of Simeon. They'll have to win the job. It'll be honestly like every 2-3 weeks the quarterbacks will switch, or one of them will screw it up so bad that the other one gets the starting job
The thing
forever.
is, Simeon is for sure the starter once he's healthy.
Yeah,
Kubiak said that he's starting no matter what.
You can say that, but if Lynch goes absolutely ballistic against some teams, he looks very good in the next. How long is Simeon out? A week, 2?
AC joint, probably like 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks. So if Paxton Lynch plays out of his mind in 3 weeks, has 8 touchdowns, 1 pick. How can you give it back to Simeon?
That's not far off from Simeon's stats, I believe.
That's not far off, but why would you then waste your first round draft pick if he's just as good?
Well, the thing is,
you're paying him more.
Think about what happened with Osweiler after 7 games. He got paid the money.
Brock Osweiler sucks.
No, but they're going to give Simeon more chances to play, so after the season, if they don't want him anymore, they can
sell him high.
But on the
normally, I would say they'd play to sell, but they're winning games, so they're playing for another ring.
Yeah, they're going to be a good team. This defense is still good. I don't know.
Now, me saying that does not mean I believe that they're going to win a ring, but they're certainly playing like they want one.
Like, I never really understood your and Gabe's point on how they're going to be bad this year. I never saw it. They're still...
Because they lost some key components? Yeah. Key components on their defense. They lost
but they didn't lose.
They lost a linebacker
guy.
And 2 defensive linemen whose names all escape me at the moment.
No, but if you
and then they lost the 3rd or 4th best quarterback in the NFL ever. Demaryius Thomas did not look very good last year, in my opinion. Stat-wise, he may have. I'm not quite sure because I didn't check, but he didn't look very good in the games that I did watch. I like Emmanuel Sanders. I always have. C.J. Anderson never impressed me, and he has yet to prove me wrong this season.
He's done
He
all
looks
right.
like crap.
He did all right week 1, but as we've seen,
it's the Denver secondary is playing out of their mind.
No, because
Aqib Talib came back better than ever after shooting himself in the freaking leg, literally.
Yeah.
Chris Harris is
Chris Harris. Bradley Roby's doing Bradley Roby things, occasionally playing good.
They're playing a very good
The thing
team
is,
ball.
I don't see the point in because they lost defensive linemen, but if you didn't know, their number one overall draft pick in 2015 was Shane Ray, a defensive end out of Missouri.
See, and I didn't know that. And that's why I just figured, they got rid of 2 defensive linemen that were both starters. Okay. Well, there goes their defensive line's intimidation would be the word.
So, the thing is with they also, obviously the DeMarcus Ware injury is going to hurt, but they also signed Jared Crick in the offseason.
Jared Crick's not that good.
No, but
act like he's that good.
No, but he's done good against teams that... Well, he's done good at...
He's a placeholder.
No, you don't need somebody good when you have Von Miller rushing. They got a game plan for Von, and they leave open spaces for Crick and everyone else.
That's what I'm saying. Crick's he's a placeholder. He takes up a blocker, and hopefully Von can break through, and the blocker's not there to block him.
We'll see how... I think they'll
just like any defensive end, and besides J.J. Watt. Well, I mean, on the same team as
Yeah,
J.J.
I know.
Watt.
The Broncos, they're going to be good this year. They're probably not going to... Their biggest challenge
I need to see if their offense can maintain their stability.
Their offense... I want to see if they can stop the Raiders' offense.
Because
that's
their
challenge.
Derek Carr is still young, so I see Derek Carr making some mistakes.
Yeah, but they won a game last year beating the Broncos.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
If Khalil Mack gets hot, they can easily win that game.
Khalil Mack's, when he's hot, I'm going to say the best linebacker in the NFL.
Well, I wouldn't, because Von Miller's been proved.
Von Miller's damn good, but when Khalil Mack is Khalil Mack, you cannot stop Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack is more of a defensive end. He played more defensive end last year.
He's an outside linebacker.
He's whatever he needs to be. He is the guy that no matter what, he can be there for you. Because honestly, I forgot what we were talking about.
Von Miller and Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack, he's very versatile. Which
He's a pass rusher and he's a run stopper as well.
as soon as that defense, as soon as the Raiders defense gets going, they'll be good. Like they're already good offensively. They're number 2 in offense so far this season, in my opinion. They're the second best offense behind only the Falcons. For obvious reasons, the Falcons are number 1. But
Wait. The Raiders?
yeah,
Oh, okay, I think meant the Broncos, and I had a problem with. Gotcha.
the Broncos
gotcha.
are probably top 16.
Gotcha.
But I don't think the Broncos are the number 1 seed of this conference at the end of the year.
Number 1 seed? No, they'll be a division winner.
I think we'll see Broncos Patriots again in the divisional round. Or conference round.
Broncos Patriots. Yeah.
Because there's no team that right now can match up unless the Broncos just choke against the Raiders, which I doubt they will.
Or unless the Patriots decide to choke it. Which, I mean, let's face it, not gonna
They
happen.
got the GOAT back. I think the Patriots will win their 5th ring with Tom Brady this year.
If they win, does Tom Brady retire?
Probably.
I'm thinking it makes sense because
he's
they
a
have Jimmy
whole
G to
hand.
fill his. Yeah.
You don't, and you're getting that Brett Favre territory where you don't want to start holding a team hostage.
Yeah, where he just keeps coming back and back and back.
But the difference was that Tom Brady was still really, really good.
Well,
And
so was Brett Favre when he
Yeah,
came
but
back, when he came back to Minnesota and took him to the
No, but
playoffs.
Brett Favre also didn't use. Compared to the Patriots, they had they spent a 2nd round pick on Jimmy Garoppolo. Still going to be a good player, but
Well, Jimmy G played very well. In the games that he was given.
And Packers spent a 1st round pick on Aaron Rodgers in comparison, and it was getting to that point where they needed to pay his
Well,
contract.
that's the thing, though, is that Rodgers mentors under Brett Favre. And Brett Favre is I'm going to assume from how Aaron Rodgers has done so far with his career, a very good mentor. I don't see why Tom Brady and Bill Belichick couldn't help out little Jimmy G.
Well,
And Jimmy G's got a contract year. He's a free agent after this year, if I'm not mistaken.
not this year.
Next year,
It's
okay.
next year, because he's
Well, close enough.
the rookie deal is like 4 years. 5th year, 5 maybe if you're in 1st round. So, we talked about the Jets a little bit earlier, and then we kind of went on a tangent about the Broncos.
Linebackers and such.
So let's go back to the Jets. When is enough with Fitzpatrick?
With
when,
Fitz.
When do you give up?
Well, if you give up, you're handing over the reins to none other than I'm drawing a brain fart because I can't remember his
Christian
name.
Hackenberg.
No, not what? Who's their backup?
Christian Hackenberg.
It's not Christian Hackenberg.
It's Christian Hackenberg.
No, it's not. He's their 3rd stringer.
They're starting Christian Hackenberg over Geno Smith.
No. Geno Smith's gonna
They're starting Hackenberg over Geno Smith, and they keep sucking. They're not gonna. They know what they have
they're
in
gonna
Geno.
put in Geno.
They know what the.
I'm telling you, they're good. They spent a 3rd round pick on Hackenberg, correct? Was it 3rd or was it a 4th round?
It's the equivalent of if the.
It's a 3rd round.
No, if
They'll
Case
put
Keenum starts
Geno
to suck,
back
it's
in.
the equivalent of them like starting Sean Mannion instead of
Yeah,
Goff.
that is a very, very Rams thing to do.
Yeah, but the thing is, the
Well, okay.
Jets, if they keep sucking, they want to see what they got in Hackenberg, and Hackenberg.
Why
looks
would
very
you?
well.
Why would you feed him out there to the wolves? He's
'Cause-
gonna get eaten alive.
Because you want to know what you have before going into the offseason.
I
You
don't
might
want to
wanna
know what
draft
I
him.
have with Christian Hackenberg.
Well,
you
you-
have a mediocre college quarterback at best.
You want to know if you can draft. If you need
I
to
would
draft-
rather throw Bryce Petty out there than Christian Hackenberg.
That's fair, but you're still throwing out the young guy. That's what I mean. You want to see what you got in the young guy.
Yeah, I want to
before
find out after one game failed with Geno.
Geno is not starting.
Geno's
Jets.
well, mark my words. Geno Smith will start before Christian Hackenberg.
It's the equivalent to if when Tony Romo got hurt, they started Mark Sanchez instead of.
Yeah, but Mark Sanchez is absolute crap.
So is Geno.
Geno's a legend. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
in all seriousness, they will start Geno before they start Christian Hackenberg. And
I don't see
I
it.
stand by that. They're going
They-
to.
You start.
They're going to.
They're going to keep sucking because they're going to stick with Fitzpatrick until they're completely out of the playoff race. So that's when they're going to be like, well, you think about it. We don't really have an option here, and if we're wanting to draft a quarterback in the offseason,
Geno.
they already know what they have in Geno, and that's trash. I just don't see them starting.
They're going to start Gino.
No, they're starting Hackenberg, and Hackenberg's probably going to get hurt in like the first game he plays. So Gino. It's more the question of Hackenberg versus Petty than Hackenberg versus Gino.
No, it's a question of Gino versus Hackenberg / Petty.
If they were really confident in Gino, why'd they re-sign Fitzpatrick?
Because would you rather start out the season with Geno Smith?
I'd rather start this. I wouldn't. No,
I'd rather take a chance on a career year Fitzpatrick, fail, put in Geno, fail, and then put in Hackenberg.
But
then,
at that point,
then look like a total idiot for putting in a rookie quarterback to get destroyed. Yeah, he's gonna get fired anyway.
No, Todd Bowles won't get fired if he starts the young guy.
Todd Bowles won't get fired. Look at the train wreck they are.
It's not his fault.
It is his fault.
He's doing the best. His defense is doing good.
The problem is not all Fitzpatrick.
It's mostly Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick has a good portion to do with it, but the play calling's bad, and clearly the player management's not too good either. Meaning how they handle depth chart, not locker room problems. I haven't heard anything about that.
Because Hackenberg is the third string.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job with the quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's why Hackenberg will start because
and that's why Geno's going to start.
You,
what wager do you want to put on this?
I will give you $5 because I don't feel like giving too much money. So.
All right, deal. $5. I'll give you $5 if Hackenberg or Petty starts.
Don't you and Brady still have a bet commission between me and Gabe for the Warriors?
Oh crap!
Spurs.
Thank you for reminding me. We'll call Brady after the show.
Yeah.
Or if Brady shows up, which we received a text from him saying that he might.
We didn't actually talk to him saying if he was going to show up. I mean,
he kind of asked us what time and then never said anything after that.
We said 5. He said, that sounds good. I just got home, 6:30.
Well, moving away from show politics, put me up against a sorry receiver like Crabtree, and that's the results you go and get.
So,
is that quote still relevant?
Crabtree is I don't want a top 15 receiver.
He's playing very well this season.
3 touchdowns, 88 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's more. The Ravens can't cover the number 1 receiver. They can cover anyone else on the field. Just
the Ravens have a very good secondary. I mean, me and Brady had this discussion a few days ago that he was very, very heated about.
No, it's just they're a good secondary.
They're a good secondary team.
They can't.
Well, you can't cover number 1 every time. Julio Jones.
Well, I don't think I've seen a number 1 that the Panthers can cover. Season.
Demaryius Thomas in the Super Bowl. Oh, this season. Right. My bad. And Norman was on. Well, no, Norman wasn't on because Norman doesn't cover the number 1 guy.
Well, he did in Carolina.
I know, I'm just being smart.
Yeah, I don't... Crabtree's
no longer a sorry receiver. He's certainly an older receiver who surprised the hell out of me this year.
Just think about how the Raiders ended up getting Crabtree. Do you know how?
Didn't the Niners cut him and they signed him?
They cut him. Nobody signed him in free agency, and he signed a veteran minimum last season.
Really? He signed veteran minimum?
I believe so. He signed a 1-year prove-it deal with them last season.
Well done, Oakland.
And it was like mid-preseason when they signed him.
Yeah. And I remember he was a late signee. I remember that.
So then they extended him it's like a $3 million per year contract.
Yeah, I mean I don't blame him. I
Oakland,
certainly don't blame him. A 1-2 punch at him and Amari Cooper.
Throughout all the issues that people have had with the Oakland front office, they're pretty good for the last couple of years.
Yeah, just their team's not playing as well.
They are this year, and last year they played pretty well.
Yeah, well, okay, they went 7-9 last year.
That's better than they've gone in a long
that's the thing.
time.
Everyone tends to give them so much credit for how good they played last year, but they still went 7-9.
No, but
I mean, I'm guilty of it. I'm really guilty of it. I praise them all the time for what they do, but that's because they're the Raiders. They suck. They've sucked since their last freaking Super Bowl appearance.
2002?
No, it was further back than that.
In 2003.
I'll look it up. But they've been sorry since then. Or even, maybe not even sorry, but average. Even when they signed Randy Moss, you really can't suck with Randy Moss. And they found a way to suck with Randy Moss.
No, they weren't terrible.
They were bad with Randy Moss, dude.
I mean, Randy Moss still put up his stats, but...
No, he didn't. Randy Moss only had 500 yards receiving that year.
I mean, that's not...
I've had this argument every day in class with this kid in my 5th period English class, whether Terrell Owens is a better receiver or Randy Moss, and he says that same stat every day. So I know that stat. Randy Moss had 500 yards receiving in 16 games in the prime of his life.
Why are you debating Terrell Owens versus Randy Moss when you should be debating Randy Moss versus Jerry Rice?
Because Jerry Rice isn't the best receiver of all time?
Yeah, Randy Moss is.
Yeah, that's what I say. I say Randy Moss. He says Terrell Owens.
I think everybody on this podcast is Randy Moss. Maybe not Brady. Brady's a little different. But
this guy's a Cowboys fan, so he's like super. Oh, Terrell.
well, would the Cowboys fan really be too like over?
Yeah,
like,
he played for them for
himself?
3 years. They love Terrell Owens.
Even after?
they're he's all forgiven for his little stunt on the star. All
Yeah.
forgiven.
I mean, he's still the best receiver that they've had since Michael Irvin. Nobody's been able to.
Yeah, because Dez can't catch.
Yeah, I mean, Dez is starting to get it.
He's hurt.
Well, yeah, I guess he didn't play.
He had one good game. We had a good game against Josh Norman.
He'll be back when Tony Romo's back.
For Tony Romo's back. I get it. Those were drums, by the way.
Those are hand drums. Anyway, yeah. So basically, Crabtree is very good, and
Not very good. He is good. He's not even the best receiver on his team.
He's played like it this year.
Amari Cooper.
I think it's because Amari Cooper was so good last. Just Derek Carr knows how to get it to the open guy. Say what you will about
Well,
Derek Carr. There's,
You can say that about any quarterback. They know how to get it to the open guy.
I wouldn't say that about every quarterback. I don't know. 'Cause I
Blaine
saw-
Gabbert can get it to an open guy.
Do you remember last year when the 49ers played the Rams and then Torrey Smith was wide open on the left side of the screen and Colin Kaepernick did not throw to the left side?
No, I don't remember.
I'd
never watched a Rams-Niners game. As much fun as that sounds.
One moment.
Oh, we're going to watch a video here?
Yes, we're going to watch a live video. Keep them busy while I'm putting this up.
Keep him busy. Okay, so here's my argument for why Randy Moss is a better receiver than Terrell Owens. I have to find the article. Hang on. It's totally irrelevant to anything that's been said today, but that's okay. So Randy Moss was quoted as saying, "I don't want to be judged by my stats." This isn't a direct quote. This is paraphrasing. "I don't want to be judged by my stats because they haven't been that good, especially when I was in Oakland. I want to be judged by my impact on the field and what I'm able to do for a team." In his first 2 years in the NFL, Moss helped Randall Cunningham and Jeff George, both on journeyman stints from Minnesota, being relegated to bench duty at their previous clubs, have the best years of their career. From 2000 to 2004, Moss helped make Dante Culpepper an All-Pro. When Moss left, Culpepper had the worst 4 or 5 years for 4 different teams, with a combined record of 5 for 22 in his career. In 2007, Tom Brady broke the all-time passing touchdown record with Randy Moss. And in 2009, he helped Matt Castle guide New England to a surprising 11-5 record with Matt frickin' Castle.
Anyway,
And that's why Randy Moss is better. That's thankful to 538.com. The article was written by Benjamin Morris and Neil Payne. Thank you, guys.
oh, we got the video.
Yeah, now we've got the video of the
Basically,
wide open left side of the screen. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, even though you guys can't, but I can. Wow.
He didn't call the audible.
Wow.
It was a design run play, but he could have called the audible out of it.
He was so open.
Now let's watch Patriots Browns highlights. Anyway, let's go back to talking.
And Torrey Smith had nobody on him, but Kaepernick didn't have the vision to audible. That's what happened.
Maybe he wasn't allowed to audible. I mean, Jim Thomas was pretty bad.
Who cares? I would suck up the getting chewed out to throw a touchdown pass from like the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
I mean that's kind of cool.
He got benched after that game.
Shocker.
And he hasn't played since, even though he's better than playing Kaepernick.
All right, we're gonna stay on some football, but go to college.
Did we get Yeah, we did get everything for now. I have other things.
Yeah, it's been 30 minutes. I hope we got everything.
I got non-news funny stuff about.
Very
NFL.
good. Very good.
So we got college football. Not a lot on it, but we're gonna talk matchups this week. So I didn't put much on it. So Clemson beat Louisville.
I'm not surprised. I wasn't on last week's podcast because I was sleeping and playing FIFA, and I apologize for that. Not really.
Yeah, it was more user error than.
It was both. It was everyone's fault. We're not going to go into politics here.
We'll just say it's Gabe's fault because he's not here.
That's true.
And
Yeah. You know what? It is Gabe's
and
fault.
Gabe won't listen anyway. Brady will listen, so we won't give him bad
Yes,
names.
exactly. Brady's a good guy, but Gabe, on the other hand, screwed all this up. Well done, Gabe. So, I said to everyone, not maybe just to Gabe, we were having a late night conversation. I told him, he asked me my pick for the Louisville game. It might have been you, actually, Cooper.
Probably.
And I said, I can't tell you who's going to win, but I can tell you why each team will win. And I said, Louisville will win because Lamar Jackson's an unstoppable force, and he's going to tear them apart. I was correct. But they didn't win. And then I said, Clemson will win because they are an all-around better team, and Deshaun Watson is still Deshaun Watson, and Dabo Swinney is a damn good coach, and they have an all-around better team. I was still correct. So on both sides, I was right, except for the Louisville beating Clemson part. So, I mean, I had to lose one of those ways.
I think it was a good game. It was
It's a very good game.
I didn't get to catch it, but it was really good. I think the end of the game, there was an 11-yard pass when they needed 12 yards. It was that dramatic. Lamar Jackson looked good enough.
Lamar Jackson was a beast.
He looked good enough.
He still played phenomenal.
He looked good enough to win a Heisman still. It's not like...
Oh, dude, you know how freaking far ahead he is of everyone else in the Heisman race?
It's not like he was playing with, like...
Have you seen the numbers? Like,
No.
how he's leading by? It is
isn't
beautiful.
it the 14 passing, 14 rushing?
And the next closest guy is Deshaun Watson with 14 passing and 0 rushing touchdowns.
And probably a lot more interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Clemson's back on track. They've looked very good after
Their week 1, 2, and 3 slip. Was it 3 weeks slip ups,
I
or
think
was
it
it
was
2?
I think it was 2. They had a bye week in some points, so I don't know.
They certainly are back together, obviously, as they beat one of the most prolific offenses I've been alive for.
They're back to being a contender, but they have another threat on the other side of the division of the conference, and that
ACC.
Yeah, and that's Miami. I believe Miami.
Really, you're gonna put your faith in Miami?
They're looking pretty good this season.
Yeah. Yeah, Miami's looking their run game is insane. I don't know if you've managed to look at any of those stats or any of their plays, but their run game, I think they have a 1-2 punch. I can't think of the names for the life of me because it's the ACC and it's Miami and I'm not, from Florida. So, I don't know their names, but I'm going to refer them as X and Y. Well, X and Y are both dominant players. Those guys will juke you out, leave you in the dust, and put you on your butt, for lack of a better word. And Cooper's looking at Miami rosters.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Never mind. Anyway, back to what I can say about Clemson.
Standings, yeah, that's what I was making sure I was correct. North Carolina is
standings.
also a threat again. They're looking very good. I don't know if you've watched, but
I haven't seen them play because I haven't watched them, but I know they've been playing well enough at least.
And then the other side of the division, where I think Miami has a good chance of winning it. That's just me, but
I still think Clemson's got it. I mean,
gonna,
let's face it.
It had some faith.
Clemson's got it, but
it had some faith into the ACC title game. Like last year, there was a miracle that North Carolina got it if they beat Clemson. Now there's a good chance that
Miami or North Carolina.
So let's start going over some matchups. We'll start off with the most interesting of the week. Probably not the most interesting. We'll start off with the early interesting game, and that is LSU
and
versus
Florida. Oh, it's looking like Leonard Fournette's not gonna play again, which
I mean,
I'm not throwing a red flag yet, but there's certainly some questions to be asked.
Go back a few episodes. I may have said stuff that I got chewed out for about sitting out, and he has not played a lot this season.
Yeah, but he's not sitting out intentionally. It
No,
is an
no.
injury. He hasn't practiced
No,
either.
I know, but it's just like what you should
It's
on
not.
Clowney.
It's
Clowney
not.
had an injury. He could have played through the injury though.
Yeah, he could, but it's for precautionary. That's not sitting out because you want to go to the NFL. It's totally different.
No, I know. I think for Clowney when he sat out, it was for the NFL because he had that one big.
Well,
play
and because he was
Michigan State, and
he was crap too. When he was playing at the time, but now he's picked it back
Fournette's
up.
looked pretty good. Geis
Fournette's not playing anymore. Geis has been.
You just gotta keep it with Geis as long as he's.
Yep, give it to Geis. That's a pretty good motto for Ed Orgeron.
Coach O looks pretty.
Orgeron, honestly, I
He looks like
think
a
I
play for
said
the
it to you
job
guys
now.
yesterday, or not yesterday, last week after the podcast. It wouldn't surprise me if LSU hires Coach O.
I mean,
If he promotes them to the
His
permanent
first-
head coach. He
his first
did it at Ole
game-
Miss. I don't see why he couldn't do it at LSU. If they can't land Tom Herman or even, I'd say, Charlie Strong when he gets fired this year.
no, I think they're gonna go straight to Coach O. You don't want to skip. The team
I'd
knows
skip
him.
him.
I think he wants to be.
If you can get Tom Herman or Coach O, who do you go for?
No, but if they can get Coach O as soon as they finish the season, like after they finish like all the regular season play, they'll have to wait till after a bowl game to get Herman.
Not necessarily. It's the SEC. They do some pretty shady stuff behind the scenes.
No, but
You, of all people, should know this.
yeah, but I think that is more of what Tom Herman's would do. He wouldn't answer just yet. His agent might answer, but he won't answer himself. I think Ogeron is probably LSU's best bet because the team knows him. Recruiting wise, it'll be good to keep a familiar face on him. Because he probably visited with some of the people. Like,
I don't know if he was probably there for a few of the visits.
He looks like a guy that would easily be their coach if they...
Yeah.
They just need a good offensive coordinator. Maybe...
Okay, here's another interesting question I posted about LSU that's not likely whatsoever, but it's an interesting thought. If Fournette's production continues to slip and his draft stock falls, I'll say below the second round, does he stay in college another year?
Probably.
Would that be smart for him, or is that only hurting him even more?
I don't think it's hurting him.
Well, I think if he goes down again next year.
The thing is with... Well, Fournette... I mean, there's a good... Look at Gurley. He got hurt again. I mean, look at him now. He's pretty good, but he
sucks this season.
No, he stayed back a year, and he
had very good in his rookie season.
Yeah, he stayed back, got an ACL injury, but he came back and was the first running back taken in that draft.
Yep, okay,
There's still a good chance, just because Fournette's looked very good, like, when he has played still. It's not like he's just missing games.
Yeah, because it's his precautionary injuries.
He's getting the 100 yards, and that's all you need.
I'm going to go ahead and say Florida wins this. It's in Gainesville. LSU's just not talented enough to do it.
I think LSU will win.
I'm taking Florida.
I think LSU's a favorite. I just saw that.
Why is LSU? Whatever.
LSU,
Whatever.
I think they'll have...
Darius Geis is going to go ballistic on the defense for sure,
Yeah,
but I
I
just think Florida's all around a better team.
Now let's move on to the biggest... Probably not the most interesting, but the biggest game anyway. Texas-Oklahoma.
Biggest game of the week?
I wouldn't say it fully, but it's most interesting.
It's probably the biggest rivalry game being played this week.
It's probably the only one. Well, I guess Indiana-Ohio State's a rivalry.
Is that really considered a rivalry?
They play for...
I don't know why. Ohio State's
trophy.
favored by 29.
No, they play for a trophy. That's why.
Oh, yeah, participation trophy for Indiana.
I don't know. Oklahoma.
Texas, Charlie Strong is playing for his job, just like he is every year against OU, and it's not going to change this year. Choo-choo, you old stoop, we're coming for you. And for those who don't get the reference, that's Chuck Effin Strong on Twitter. Hop on the train, choo-choo. Stoop, Bob Stoops.
I wouldn't be surprised if Texas won because Oklahoma hasn't looked very...
Texas is going to win. I'm telling you, they're going to win. They do
Texas,
it every year.
Yeah,
I say this not as a Longhorn fan. They've done it the last 2 years. Charlie Strong, once again, playing for his job. And they actually have a quarterback this year. They did it with Tyrone Swoops last year. They'll be fine with Shane Buechel this year.
I think you're right. I think they'll win if they're in their games. Just they're not their defense.
They're just getting outshot. They're getting
But this
outshot.
is
Charlie
Strong is taking over play call.
That's true. I forgot about that. He did demote the defensive coordinator to basically just stand there and shut up.
Stand there and coach on practice.
Right. So, Chuck can do it. Chuck being Charlie. And I hope he does as a Texas fan. 'Cause I do like Charlie Strong, but it's really hard to like someone who's making your dynasty of a team into a freaking dumpster fire.
Especially when you have the chance at getting any coach you want as Texas.
Pretty freaking much. You can get whoever... Okay, yeah, Tom Herman. Well, Les Miles is available.
Yeah, Tom Herman is more likely than... I think Tom Herman would take the Texas job over the LSU jobs, just like I said last week.
Texas is a bigger school, bigger market, and they'll pay more. So...
Well, my number one argument is his recruits are from Texas.
And...
All Houston,
yeah.
he can easily get them to jump ship.
Yeah, easily. The University of Texas, you can get anyone to jump ship if you really want to.
He was that good of a recruiter in Houston. He locked down Houston. Can he lock down? But he
locked down Houston with a Conference USA school. Yeah.
American Athletic.
American Athletic, Conference USA, they're the same thing.
No, one's better than the other.
Yeah, you're right. The American Athletic is trash.
Fair.
Besides Houston, they're not.
I mean, Navy's decent. Memphis is undefeated still. Oh well, they won.
No, yeah, they lost Ole Miss.
Memphis is pretty good still. Let's Tennessee A&M.
It's in Kyle Field. The Aggies are gonna win.
I think Tennessee won. Another second half. Comeback.
Once again, I hate Texas A&M.
It's hard to root against. It's hard to.
It's really hard to root against. Not root. I'm sorry. Call against A&M. You're right. Especially at their home. Against a team that is an awful first half team, but has the same God who blessed Auburn in the Iron Bowl and the game before that against Georgia, I believe.
Yeah.
The same God who blessed them has blessed Tennessee this season, so you really don't know what's going to happen.
Thing is with A&M, I might be wrong, but I think this is better than any team they had when Johnny Manziel was there.
Better than the whole team, yes. Better than the offense, no.
No, but
Johnny Manziel's offense was legendary.
You
The
don't-
defense was crap.
there's not a better player in college football right now than
The
Myles
reason
Garrett.
Texas A&M was such a weird team back then is because they were a Big 12 team in a Southeastern conference. They had all offense, no defense, and no one knew what the hell to do at Alabama. At meaning not at their stadium, which they were, but at meaning
Well, they
the
won
Twitter.
that game.
I know.
And then, so, thing is, Myles Garrett is hands down. Say what you will, he's the best player in
Yeah,
college
easily.
football.
Easily.
He's a lot better than Fournette is. There's no.
I think if you're going pound for pound, head to head, in both of their seasons throughout their college careers, Fournette destroys him.
No, but the thing,
This season, Myles Garrett is twice
Oh.
the player Fournette has been.
one will be drafted number 1 overall. The other will be drafted in the top 20.
If he even enters the draft this year, which I mean he will, but I digress.
Yeah, Myles Garrett is a player we have not.
Myles
seen.
Garrett's a beast,
Through this point, we have not seen a player like him in the NFL.
and he's not a prick like Joey Bosa, so I
Fair.
appreciate that.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. God, Joey Bosa, I'm glad he doesn't freaking play.
I mean, he's gonna play this week. He's
Shut up.
healthy.
I don't want to hear it.
Anyway, let's go to the next game. Virginia Tech, North Carolina.
North Carolina beats the crap out of them. Move on.
I didn't even know Virginia Tech was doing pretty well this year.
They're ranked.
I know that now.
Mm-hmm.
Did they start the year ranked?
No, they started unranked. They were receiving votes.
North Dakota State's still receiving votes though.
If they want, I'm sure.
They keep winning, they might make it if teams
They'll make it
lose.
to 25. An FCS school in the top 25.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, I mean LSU's been there this year.
Hey, Gabe. Good thing he's not going to listen this far in the podcast.
No, he's not going to listen at all. That's just how this thing goes.
So we got Alabama playing against Arkansas. In Arkansas, Alabama's going to win.
14-point favorite almost.
In Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. Yeah, I'm not gonna win.
Yeah, something tells me Nick Saban's a better head coach than Brett Bielema.
Yes,
Call me crazy.
Something tells me that Nick Saban might be a little bit better than Brett Bielema.
Slightly more talented.
Would I be surprised if Brett Bielema pulls something off here? No, but I would be surprised if he pulled it off.
Wait, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled it off, but I would be surprised if he pulled it off.
Well, I could see him beating up on Alabama.
I think best case scenario, Arkansas loses by 10.
I think best case scenario they win, but
I mean, okay. Yeah, best case scenario for them. I'm at best case scenario in a realistic setting.
well, yeah, probably
Lose by 10.
10.
Yeah, because then they're not an embarrassment. They played well against the best team in college football. Ta-da.
At least it's not 13 and a half. Now, a game that we'll just bring it up real quick. Michigan and Rutgers. Yeah, let's just.
Rutgers is going to beat the crap out of them.
Michigan might be pretty good.
Slightly.
Wisconsin is still pretty good. I don't know.
Wisconsin is very good.
Defensively.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
offense needs some work.
If they had...
They threw 4 interceptions
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
And that's why they
If
lost.
they had even the slightest of competent offenses, they would have won by double digits.
They were dominant.
Yeah.
Did you see that
Yeah.
Michigan fake?
I didn't see the fake punt. I saw a beautiful pick at the very
No,
end
no,
of
I'm
the game.
talking about the trick play.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see the trick play.
Okay, we're pulling up videos again.
In the meantime, talk about Florida State playing against Miami. I think Miami's going to win this one. No comment? All right. So I'm taking Miami in this one because Miami's got a better offense than Florida State has a defense. And as we've seen, if you can exploit the Florida State defense, you can exploit Florida State. Ta-da!
This is it.
Cooper just found it. Oh, is that like they got in the line? Yeah, that wasn't really a trick play. That was
No,
just...
they just lined
Yeah,
up.
it was a lineup shift. Yeah. That's not a trick play. It was funny.
It would have been funny if they handed it off backwards.
If they would have snapped it through each lineman, I would have died.
I mean, it would have been a flag, but still, it would have been awesome.
No, it wouldn't. It's been laterals.
Illegal formation.
Shut up. You're
You
an
gotta have
illegal.
at least 3 men on the line.
You're an illegal formation.
Are you suing my formation?
Triggered.
Anyway, so we were talking Miami, Florida State.
I said Miami's gonna win because, like I said, their offense is.
I think Miami
pretty good.
will win, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really the only games that matter for anything.
Well, Washington State, Stanford's a little interesting just because.
Whoa, it's Washington State. They're not that good. They just had that stud of a quarterback.
We didn't bring up Washington, Stanford. A lot of people on this podcast, not going to name
Wasn't that
names.
last week?
Yeah, a lot of people on this podcast didn't think that Washington was that good.
I thought they were overrated.
And
I thought they were vastly overrated.
I think Brady said that they were going to lose last week. Gabe said originally that they were going to lose, but I explained this is their first game as a test. They're going to be at home. There's no way a crowd doesn't show up at a home game.
Yeah,
For
certainly.
a team that's been called underrated. Washington's a very good team. They might be able to pull off a playoff.
They have to pull one out of their butt. They really... I mean, it's not because they had competition, but let's face it.
No, but
if they did go against and play against a top team, because Stanford is not a top team. They've not played
no, but
like it
Ohio
this
State
year.
and Michigan will stay both in
Right.
the playoff hunt. That's what you got. One of those teams will fall.
Yeah. I'm just saying you put them up against an Alabama or an Ole Miss.
Oh,
They get torn
but they're
apart.
the thing is they're not like other Pac-12 teams. They're good defensively. Their offense is the
Yeah, no, their offense is still pretty good.
No,
but you're
but-
right, their defense is very
their
good.
defense is what's pulling them past everyone.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin
All
definitely.
right, ready to prank call Gabe?
Oh, is that all we got for college football?
Yeah.
We don't have anything for him for MLB.
We have like one question, but it's just...
Oh well, that's how we segue, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to be prank calling Gabe.
Should we? So how does this work if he doesn't answer? We move on.
We wait till he calls me back, because he always calls me back. I like playing phone tag with Gabe. Hope everyone can hear this. This is going to be awkward.
We probably should have tested this before we.
Nah. Oh, come on, Gabe.
You have reached the
Oh,
voicemail box
God.
of 8.
Well, we got a lot of MLB to talk about, so maybe he'll call back.
See, maybe we'll go back
MLB.
midway through our segment.
Oh, I thought that was pretty.
No, it's not Brady. Brady's not coming. Brady's being a butt. Anyway, so postseason baseball has begun as of last night when the Blue Jays walked
Should we
off
start with
against the Orioles.
I think I wrote down season recap before we start. I want to talk
This
about
is a season recap.
But the playoffs started.
Who cares?
I want-
Come on.
Maybe not everyone knows. The,
Who cares? It's playoff baseball.
it's the most important baseball that almost everyone cares about, except for the fact that half the people forgot that baseball was still going on because baseball's the least liked sport in America
Baseball
right now.
doesn't matter until October.
Nobody likes baseball
After
anymore,
August,
sadly.
baseball means nothing. After August and before October, it means nothing.
Yeah, because football
Yeah, exactly.
and a lot of NBA. They're not really there for April, May.
I don't
June.
care about NBA at
That's
all.
just you, though.
0%.
Anyway, so yeah, what were you gonna say before I?
I was gonna say let's do the playoffs.
Well, let's do the playoffs then.
Okay. What we're gonna recap in the season anyway.
I don't know, just say what people did.
Okay, yeah, definitely just doing playoffs then.
So
We'll do season recap after the World Series.
I mean, we are gonna talk playoff previews, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Tonight, as of right now, the game's going on, so our predictions are null. It's the Giants are playing the Mets. Noah Syndergaard is taking on Madison Bumgarner. So we can't really pick that because whatever we say, it's going to be the opposite of that, and then we look stupid. But last night, meaning Monday? Was last night? No, last night was Tuesday. I'm off a day.
Well, actually, for the I think the Giants won that.
So now you're saying the Mets are going to win. Because whenever we make a prediction on the show, the opposite happens.
I don't know. I made a prediction about Washington last.
Yeah, no, I meant a prediction that no one's going to hear till after.
What was our prediction last week? That
We didn't make one last week, but we made predictions when we first started, back when we weren't on SoundCloud yet. Every prediction we made that was like the next day, we were always wrong, and we always
Fair.
sounded stupid.
At least I was right about North Dakota State, which I didn't say on a podcast episode, but I said that.
You did say it late night on Xbox. So, last night the Toronto Blue Jays beat the Baltimore Orioles
Oh, Bucks.
because Buck Showalter went full Pete Carroll on it. And I'll explain to you why he went full Pete
No,
Carroll.
I understand.
Yeah.
Didn't give your best player
Yeah,
the
yeah. Let's not just hand it on over to have him run it
Did
in
you
for
know
the
that
win.
The guy that so the person they had out there only threw 5 pitches in that inning.
Ubaldo Jimenez. Yeah.
He threw 5 pitches.
Mhm.
High ball, single home run.
Yep.
After two singles,
You should pull him. You should probably pull him.
after two singles, you bring in Zach Britton, who hasn't had a loud run since April.
He was going full Brad Lidge this season, and they totally ruined it. Buck Showalter, I really liked you. I admired you all season.
I
But
will
you
say-
suck.
I think Buck Showalter's still manager of the year because of what he did.
Oh, well, no, I think he lost it last night.
You don't win. You don't lose.
I
It's a
really,
regular
I
season
think,
award.
I think they lost it last night.
But it's a regular season award.
Yeah, okay, yeah, like the MVP is a regular season award for any sport. No, if you're not in the playoffs, you're not winning.
Yeah, and that's
That's fair.
It's not really that
You're
fair.
right. It is a regular
for
season
baseball,
award. Yeah, for baseball, they do the same thing all the time.
Bryce Harper didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but their team was still very good.
Not good enough to make the playoffs though.
No, they were not. But Bryce Harper's also just leagues ahead of everyone else. Buck Showalter is not leagues ahead of everybody else. He's up there, but you could certainly make arguments for other managers.
Yeah, like
The Texas Rangers, whose manager's name escapes me.
I wouldn't.
The
put
Dodgers. I'd say the Dodgers actually are the best manager in the MLB.
Is it?
They started 16 pitchers this year.
Is it? Is
16
it NL
starting
or
pitchers.
AL manager of the year? Or is it
Yeah,
just
it's
NL?
NL and AL.
Okay, so AL. So NL probably Dodgers, but it wouldn't.
I'm taking AL Rangers.
How would it surprise me if the Marlins coach won it for NL? He's done a lot of. They had a winning season.
They came back with a late charge, but the Dodgers did it without their two best pitchers. They started 16 pitchers throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
They have 7 rookies on their playoff roster. 7 rookies. And none of those are Rookie of the Year candidates.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year is a weird one for AL especially. Gary Sanchez, maybe. I don't know what the requirement is.
Sanchez will win. For
Is it-
sure.
What's
For sure.
What's the innings requirement?
I don't know.
That's the only thing that holds me back from saying Sanchez, but he's obviously.
I'm gonna say Sanchez.
NL, I don't even know who was rookies in that.
I can't think of rookie names, but if I looked at a list, I'd feel stupid. So I'm just gonna not do that. As I open a list up.
Let's stop talking about award predictions. Go back to playoffs.
So in our playoff matchups, we have the Texas Rangers facing the Toronto Blue Jays, the matchup we have wanted since last season when Jose Bautista.
You mean this season?
We've wanted it since last season.
Oh, but we already saw the matchup and then the punch in the face.
Yes,
The rivalry
yes.
works.
Yes, I meant the playoff matchup that we've wanted because remember last year when Jose Bautista blew up.
You mean when Greg Abbott completely choked everything about
See,
Texas baseball?
I'm thinking, when Bautista delivered the worst blow since John F. Kennedy got shot in the back of the head to the city of Dallas.
God. Whatever.
It's true. It was.
Yeah.
It was
It's gonna
probably.
be-
It was the biggest shot. They heard it all the way from Canada.
I think Toronto wins.
Hell yeah! I think Toronto wins. That's just because I hate the Texas Rangers.
But if I'm the Rangers, the way I'm pitching, the way I'm gonna set up my pitching core, if I'm gonna do Hamels, Darvish, if you win both those games, I start Hamels again.
Hamels, Darvish, Hamels.
If they
It's
if
rough
they're-
on an
if they're-
arm.
No,
It's
but
rough on an arm.
it is. But if they're up 2-0,
Yeah, then you go down. Well, you go up 2-1, then choke it away.
well, you just
In
want,
proper Ranger fashion,
No,
you
but you want
choke
to
it
win
away.
as fast as possible.
I think the Blue Jays will win this series.
Yeah, probably.
In 4.
I think it'll be interesting.
The other AL matchup is Red Sox Indians.
Red Sox. Red Sox have been way too hot.
I'm taking the Indians.
Red Sox.
I'm thinking the Indians'
Really?
defense and pitching is going to trump the Red Sox.
I would not. I think the Red Sox.
I like the Red Sox and I love Big Papi.
I think there's nothing more than MLB would love to have Big Papi have another walk-off in a World Series and retire.
I would love to see Big Papi win another ring. I mean, I like I said, I love Big Papi, but
How would it feel to be living in Boston if Big Papi retired this year and then after this season Tom Brady retired? It's like, well,
Boston just lost their 2 heroes.
Kevin Garnett also retired. I mean, technically, he's also one of the heroes of this generation for Boston. So they've lost a lot of generation. But now they got Jimmy G and for Patriots, and they got everyone else that plays for the Red Sox. That names escape me right now.
You can't think. Okay, Mookie Betts.
Oh, Mookie Betts. What's his face? Yeah.
David Price.
Yeah. Is David Price doing? Did he pick it ever back?
Not really.
I haven't kept up.
Mediocrity.
Is
I
he
mean,
starting
better
game
than
one?
Dallas Keuchel, but
Is David Price starting game one?
no, he's their game. No, they have the 22 win guy, Rick Porcello.
Oh, I forgot that he won 22 games.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
The only problem with them is they better not go into a closer situation.
David Price finished this season with that is not helping whatsoever. He went 17-9 on the year, so I'm assuming that's a good comeback. Ooh, but that's postseason. David Price stats for this season: 3.99 ERA, 17-9. So good, not great.
Offense carried like they
Oh,
did
yeah.
for all pitchers
Yeah.
for Red Sox.
Because the Red Sox don't have a pitcher that just makes you go, oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch the Red Sox play, but other teams will be. Things with the Indians, they haven't really been this. They haven't been they've been kind of just average since that 10-game win streak they had in June. They've been average.
Average, but their pitching is just so good. They're so good.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be. I think the Red Sox win it.
I'm taking Cleveland in 5. No.
Okay.
Cleveland sweeping the Red Sox in 3.
Really?
No, Cleveland in 5.
You're taking Cleveland in 5.
Cleveland
which
in
game
5.
would be in Boston.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep.
I think I take Boston in 5.
Cleveland.
At least then we can have fun.
Yep, this will get better and better with every 2 days when the games are played.
Okay, anyway.
So now we'll go on to the National League that no one really cares about because the National League sucks.
Other than the biggest storyline of baseball is over there.
They suck, but they're my World Series pick, so. Obviously, they're trash. You only have the best team in Major League Baseball and the Cubs.
You have issues.
No, I don't. Mark my words, dude. You think I'm crazy.
The Cubs will win the
You
World
think I'm crazy. Dodgers Nationals on Friday. I have the Dodgers handling the Nationals.
I think it'll be Red Sox Boston. No.
It'll be Red Sox playing the Boston Red Sox.
It'd be Boston playing the Cubs in the World Series this year.
Boston. You know, normally I would agree, but the Cubs are not going to make it.
But didn't you say the other day that the Nationals are the biggest test for the
Yeah, they are.
and who aren't the Nationals?
Yeah, I took a college algebra test last week. It was a big test. Doesn't mean it was hard.
I guess.
They are a big test. They're gonna get whooped. What's your point?
Yeah, I think the Cubs win.
I'm taking the Doyers. The Cubs aren't even gonna beat the Giants.
That'd be good. Giants. Dodgers.
The Cubs will not beat the Giants, and the Giants will not beat the Dodgers. The Doyers going all the way, man.
I think the Giants. Not the Giants. I think the Cubs won it all. But the Cubs are the most interesting team in baseball right now.
They're the most young and they're most fun to watch. Besides the Doyers.
In the whole 108-year drought.
Yeah, but they deserve another Bartman thing to happen.
Yeah.
They deserve a Bartman Part 2. And they're going to get one. When Madison Bumgarner goes, yeah. You watch it happen.
No.
Madison Bumgarner.
If they lose, it's because Big Papi hit a walk-off home run.
The Cubs, if they lose in the NLCS.
No, I have them all. In the
Oh,
World
okay,
Series.
okay. I think in the National League
I
playoffs.
have the
and I was
Cubs
like,
winning the
oh,
World
okay.
Series unless Big Papi hits a walk-off home run.
It's not gonna happen, man.
I don't
It's-
see your issue with that.
The Dodgers, man. The Dodgers. I have nothing vested in Los Angeles or the Doyers. But they're gonna win it all.
I don't see it.
Led by Clayton Kershaw.
I don't see it.
Don't at me when it happens.
I will at you when it doesn't happen, though.
Don't at me when it doesn't happen.
That's what you should have said.
Don't at me when it does happen, though, because it's going to.
Well, why would I?
Alright, we're gonna try Gabe again.
Yeah, we don't really have much going on in baseball anymore.
Oh, yeah, not much. Only, the playoffs.
The playoffs.
Playoffs? Oh, okay, should we call Brady and ask him these questions?
But we don't have any.
Keller?
Oh, good, you answered this time. So, Gabe, we have a few questions to ask you.
Okay.
Let me pull them up. Hang on, let me pull them up real quick. So we're doing the podcast right now. Hopefully the mic can pick you up. How do you feel? About an hour ago, it was released. LSU has signed Ed Orgeron to the third biggest contract in the NCAA, $6.4 million.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean they signed Ed Orgeron to the third biggest contract in the NCAA for head coaches for $6.4 million.
I like it.
Really? Okay. Is that how you feel? You like it? Not, even though they could have gotten Tom Herman.
You could say you like that, maybe.
If Ed Orgeron was our next head coach, I would not have a problem with that
I mean,
because
he
of
is
the
your head
energy he
coach.
brings to the team.
Yeah, Gabe. It's not if he is. He is. He signed today.
It doesn't mean he's the permanent head coach.
I mean, no, he
3
signed
years.
as the head coach of LSU for $6.4 million.
It reported anyway. No, it's not confirmed yet. It's a report.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay, yeah, next question. So, what's it like watching the entire AL East in the playoffs?
Well, not the entire.
The Rays aren't in the AL East. They're in the garbage bin.
The Rays are
The
triple.
Rays are in the AL East.
No,
man.
they're not. They're in a garbage bin.
The Rays are the quadruple A
Okay,
team of baseball.
if you're trying to take a shot at me about the Yankees, I don't mind because I am fine that
They were
we
rebuilding.
made it we made it till the last 2 weeks of baseball selling at the trade deadline.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm not watching the entire American League West in the playoffs. You're watching your most bitter rival, a Canadian, and some guy named Buck in the playoffs.
Well, at least
Correct.
Well, at least you were.
the Yankees can say that their coach is smarter than Buck Showalter.
That's fair enough. Anyway, it's like that meme where Squidward's looking out the window at the two teams running around. That's what this is.
Yeah, I think I've seen that one a couple times.
Yeah. Okay, and now for our last question. Who are the Thunder going to be taking with their lottery pick next season?
I don't know about that. Ask me that halfway through basketball season.
They'll
Be happy.
No, I don't think I understand.
I'll tell you.
Who are they going to take with their lottery pick?
Christian Ronaldo.
I know.
Wait, so you're not saying they're not going to have a lottery pick?
No, I'm not saying that.
I mean, they're gonna
Well,
land.
yeah, they just lost to Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Kurt Benzema
Well.
scored like 90 on him, bro.
First time, long time. It has been very nice, but I have to go. I'm packing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, last question from a journalistic standpoint. What's it like running from a hurricane?
I would rather stay.
You rather die? That's sad.
We're not gonna die, Cooper.
That's sad.
Yeah, because you're running.
I kept running and running.
Well, I was expecting him to get really pissed off about the AL East comment and about Ed Orgeron and about the Thunder
You
comment.
didn't know that. It sounded like you.
He bought the Ed Orgeron thing. I'm going to wait for him to text me later tonight.
What are you gonna tell him that it was a joke?
I'm not going to tell him it's
Next.
a joke. He's going to figure it out.
If you listen to the podcast, you'll
Okay,
know.
no one he's not going to listen to the podcast. No one tell him, and then next week we're going to put it on
Who's
our
gonna
topic
tell him?
list, and we're going to see if he talks about it on the podcast. We're going to see how long we can run with this.
I think it would be pretty obvious on Saturday when LSU plays that when they call him the interim coach still.
No, they won't.
That's why we'll say it's a report. That's why I want to say.
Okay. We'll see what we can get with him.
So let's move on to this podcast. What, an hour long, and we tried to because we were.
For those of you who didn't get the reference, the Thunder lost to the Real Madrid basketball team in preseason. Kurt Benzema, Gareth Bale, and Ronaldo are soccer players for Real Madrid.
Yeah, if you didn't know, preseason doesn't matter in most sports, but basketball.
It doesn't matter in basketball either.
No, it does.
No, it doesn't.
The Rockets sucked last year in the preseason.
Okay.
What did they do last season?
I mean, they were average.
Still sucked.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of their preseason performances, because they underachieved,
They
and
didn't-
Dwight
it
Howard's a
wasn't-
little baby.
Well, there's a lot of reasons. James Harden came in out of shape.
Yeah, and Dwight Howard's a little baby.
That's true. Now the thing is, I think the Thunder, I think they'll lose to the Timberwolves.
I think Russell Westbrook is going to be pretty good this year.
Yeah,
See what I did there?
yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Not news. All right, cool.
Anyway, NBA preseason started. Question.
Oh,
mark.
but it's important.
Well, it's not important.
If it's
It's more important than any other preseason.
okay.
It's like saying baseball.
Spring training.
No, it's All-Star game important in baseball.
That's not preseason.
No, but I'm talking about like thing. In comparison, is the All-Star game important
Compared to the NBA, yeah.
compared to everything? Yeah, but is the NBA preseason is more important than any other sports preseason?
No.
Yeah.
I'd say spring training is.
No.
Yes.
In spring training, you have a lot of young guys also there.
Exactly. That's development.
NBA, you have your basic roster there.
Yeah. So what? They're playing scrub teams.
Scrub team, which was
Team USA almost lost to Australia.
Yeah.
Are they bad?
Well, no, but
There you go.
It was one of. They weren't that good.
There you go.
I think Thunder. They shouldn't have lost to international team.
No one should lose to Real Madrid unless you're FC Barcelona and you're playing in the same league as them.
Fair. So Josh Gordon's in rehab.
Alcohol this time, not weed.
Nobody cares. It's not news. We don't have much facts.
He got cut.
U.S. wins. He didn't actually get cut. Yeah, he's on roster exemption.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. U.S. wins Ryder Cup.
That's golf. It is a big deal.
It might be golf. Who knows?
It is a big deal.
Caddies and stuff. The Browns have no wins. Only team in the NFL without a win, by the way.
Are they really?
Jeff Fisher has done a good job coaching this season, said somebody I saw. Which, I mean, he got shut out and he's 3-1. Doesn't mean he's as good.
Said somebody somewhere that I read.
Well, that's
Will
the
that wrap it up?
podcast. Yeah.
All right, thank you all for tuning in to
Episode 15, Part 3, 17. On Wednesday, October 5th, I'm Tanner. You can follow me at TJ Coble on Twitter.
I'm Cooper. You can follow me at CooperRice3.
Make sure to follow our Twitter page at BH Sports Talk. That's also on Twitter.
Also, share with your friends. And this episode, depending on where you're watching at, I don't know, because I'm probably going to upload this episode to YouTube.
It could be on YouTube. It will be on SoundCloud, and it might be on iTunes, but God knows when.
Who knows? Because, well, hey. Well, Gabe has a Twitter, I think. Gabe H. Journalist, I think is what he does.
Yeah, it's Gabe H. Journalist, and then Brady has a Twitter, but I mean, he doesn't
Press
ever get
36.
on it, so.
Well, I saw him retweet something about, like, Antonio Brown needing dance moves, but...
Alright, well, that'll do it for today's podcast. We will see you guys next week, hopefully on a Wednesday.
Nothing has trumped anything yet, like the low hand for low hand. But
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. That's probably the best it's going to get here, man.
we will see what happens. If maybe one day we'll have a new quote after
John Gruden, a fake John Gruden pitch, liked my tweet about it.
our tweet.
Yeah, I tweeted it.
I tweet everything else. So.
I tweeted it.
Yeah, it was a sad week last week. We only got 2 views. Please share with your friends. We'd like more than 2 people to watch our stuff. It's unlikely, but we'd like it. So
Thank you guys for listening.
To be contender.